Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be all about fall. I am collaborating with a group of women from all around the world and we want to give you the fall feels. We are sharing with you our favorite fall recipe of 2020. I know for a fact that they have prepared some really amazing dishes. They've shared them with me behind the scenes and I was completely hungry just looking at their pictures. So please check out their channels. They will be linked below in my description box. And let's get into my recipe. My recipe is 100% inspired by my mother-in-law. She came to visit a few weeks ago and she made this soup for us and it was so good. So thank you, Deb, for inspiring this video today. The first thing that I'm going to do is get my chicken boiling. I love to use Dutch ovens in the kitchen, and what I'm going to do is boil 3 chicken breasts to get this recipe started. I'm also going to be throwing in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'll also be using my favorite Trader Joe's onion salt to spice up this chicken. The veggies we will be using in our soup are carrots, celery, onions, minced garlic, and then later on in the video, we will be adding some flour. I don't know about you, but I have a habit of having to check the internal temperature of whatever it is I'm cooking. I just have to be sure that it is cooked correctly. No guessing for this, mama. So I am going to make sure that my chicken is all cooked. Once it's cooked, I will put that to the side and then work on the rest of the soup. Next, we will be sauteing our veggies in 3 tablespoons of butter. I will be using my larger Dutch oven to do this in because this is going to be the final resting place of my soup and I just want to have enough room for all of it. Now that the butter is nice and melted, I'm going to go ahead and throw in all of the veggies and saute those together. You're going to want to go ahead and give everything a good mix and then add some salt and pepper to taste. And once you add in your salt and pepper, again, give it a good mix. Once everything is mixed, you are going to be throwing in your flour. This flour is going to coat all of your veggies, and this is what's going to give your soup some added thickness. Once your veggies are nice and coated with the flour, you are going to start dropping in your chicken broth 1 cup at a time, and you want to make sure to stir your veggies in between the cups of broth. Lastly, I will be adding 1 cup of milk to my soup mixture. Everything is nice and mixed, I will begin throwing in my chicken. I went ahead and cubed all of the chicken breasts and it ended up being about 4.5 cups of chicken that I added to my soup base. While I let my veggies and chicken cook down for 20 minutes, I'm going to work on the gnocchis. I purchased my gnocchis at the Dollar Tree. I'm not even gonna lie, they were $1, and so I figured it was perfectly fine. I like to warm my water in a water kettle before I put it into the pan, just because I feel like it speeds up my cooking process so much more. So the way that you know that gnocchis are ready is that they float to the top of your pan, and so that is what I'm going to be waiting for. Once they float to the top of my pan, I will be pouring them into my soup base. This recipe also calls for 3 cups of spinach, so I will be pouring my spinach into my pan, giving everything a good mix, and then just letting it cook down for a couple of minutes until you see that your spinach is nice and wilted. This next step is completely optional, but my mother-in-law made it for us this way, and I just had to replicate her recipe 100%. What she did is she purchased these biscuits and then she cut them into quarters. And so that's what I'm going to be doing as well. I will be cutting these biscuits into quarters. Once all of my biscuits are quartered, what I'm going to do is add some melted butter to the top of my raw biscuits. And then I will be adding a spice to it. I chose to add my onion salt just because that is one of my favorite Trader Joe's seasoning. I think it has such an amazing flavor. And I added some cheese towards the end of the baking cycle. And this is what they look like. They came out so good and they are so perfect with the soup. This is the final look of my soup. It is so good. I know that this is something that would be perfect to eat on a cool fall day, which it is not here in Arizona, but I am mentally in fall mode. So I hope that this inspired you to get in that kitchen and get cooking. It's fall. Let's enjoy this time of year. Thank you to all the girls that collaborated with me today. I am so excited to go watch your recipes right now. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.